Dun 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 dun. Ho 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 ho. Death Star. ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Today we're going to start off our podcast with our review
of Andor Season 2.
The entire season and the finale, last 3 episodes. And then we're going to talk about Last of Us Season 2, Episode 5. And then we're going to have a Let's Talk. I want to give a big shout out to ZZ, Scott Walker, Void of Parrot, our Triple Trouble, and our 61 subscribers, Jasmine, Kayla Marie, Eva, Truve, Pickly Pear, Music, Russian ID, Ichan Home, I Cook for My Husband, I Cook for My Wife, and Zach Miller Does Movies, and all our 61 subscribers. Full spoilers. If we ever talk about any show ever, here we go.
Oh, what's up, ZZ?
What's up, ZZ? Hey, geeks. So we're geeks and old men, huh? It's so nice to get these cognomens. But anyway, here we go. So, Won-Jin, did you cry? Did you have some teary moments in the last 3 episodes?
No, I didn't really have any teary moments, but I was surprised by the ending.
Oh, yeah? It walks right into Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah.
Or did it?
Yeah, because Andor is getting on the ship to meet the guy that he meets in Rogue One. In the beginning, remember? He shoots a guy to get the information that... To get the confirmation that the Empire is making
that secret weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going in right into Rogue One. You know, I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't see Darth Vader or Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, because we were expecting some sort of like a cameo.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that maybe we'll have a glimpse of Darth Vader, or maybe like a Jedi, or maybe even like a Mandalorian or anybody, but no, we didn't get any of them.
Yo, Won-Jin.
And I was also hoping maybe we'll see Mads Mikkelsen make an appearance.
Yeah, me too. Yo, but Won-Jin, they should change the title of the Star Wars series. It should be Fathers Who Leave Their Child Behind or Twins Behind. If there's the subtitle should be, if you have a greater purpose, don't ask about your wife's pregnancy. Because it's Anakin now. It's
Cassian.
It's Baby Yoda. What's up with these? What is this, like an orphan show?
No.
Dump the kids, go for the greater purpose, and your kids will not have any trauma whatsoever. Don't worry about it. Oh, Zedgy Joe looks to cook for his husband. Wait, what's up, Walker? Yeah. Walker, I think we're going to do our Let's Talk in about an hour. So if you want to do just the Let's Talk, you can come back then, man. We can talk about anything and everything. But my favorite episode on the last 3 was episode 10. I really liked Luthen and
Klea.
Klea.
Yeah.
Wow, Klea. That actor is going places.
You know, I like this arc about Klea. And I like the fact that she got to have more spotlight throughout the whole show. And I don't know. I think one of the best element of Andor, one of its strength has always been this espionage element throughout the Star Wars series, and I think this also did that really well.
That episode,
that episode, like that infiltration, that assassination, or what can I say, like assisted suicide thing. Oh, what's up, Void? Hey guys, notification didn't come in. Okay, that's a problem with YouTube. It does that sometimes. I don't know why it does it though.
A big shout out to Void. Instead of Star Wars, I would change it to Fart Wars for those dumb troopers costumes. Nah, but like troopers being incompetent by now is just a fact. And yeah, but you know what I liked about episode 10 was they didn't go in too deep. That's what I liked It's kind of like Tarantino films where, you know how Tarantino films are never about like a character growth. We get the finished product of the character, and we're supposed to guess what happened to them. Remember in Django, when Django has a flashback of his owner, it's this cool ass scene, and then like we just see him once, his owner, like that, where we get a sense that Luthen was Imperial, and then he changed his mind.
Yeah, I was kind of caught off guard by the flashback. Because I wasn't expecting a flashback at this point.
No, but it was... I usually don't like flashbacks, and I think Andor intentionally didn't do a lot of flashbacks too, because it's kind of a cheat code in shows. But in this case, I thought the juxtaposition was really good because it made her decision to end his life that much more heartbreaking. Yeah. Because what's funny is they're not even father and daughter.
Yeah, and up until this point, we don't even get that feeling that they're like the father-daughter relationship.
It reminded me a lot of Leon the Professional.
I was about to mention that.
Yeah.
It does have that Leon and Matilda relationship. And I swear, even that scene where the troopers, like the tactical team, move into the safe house, that was straight from Leon. Yeah. Like the hallway and everything, that was so Leon, the professional.
It's Leon, the professional, minus the sexual undertone. Because in Leon, there was a sexual undertone there, like couple, especially from Natalie Portman. But here, it's more of a daughterly thing for someone who, raised you. Cause it reminded me, because, Won-Jin, I'm reading a lot of Mongol histories. And one of the things Genghis Khan used to do is, like, when he conquers a tribe, he would adopt a kid from there. And it reminded me also of Thanos.
Yeah, what he did with Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana. He kills the planet, half of them, but he adopts her
daughter.
It's sort of this weird redemption but still ruthless kind of vibe. And here, like, I thought the actors portrayed it perfectly because do I love you? Do I hate you? Like, because Gamora, remember, she shouted, "You killed my people, but I still love you." Ah! So we get this very complex emotion that they share.
That's true.
And like the episode 10 barging in their backstory like that didn't even feel unnatural. They were, because their interaction before was very interesting. Remember, she's almost like motherly, like admonishing him. He's like losing his shit. He's like, calm down. And she's like also a professional.
And we rarely see that. I mean, up until that point, we had rarely seen that from Luthen. So that was also very interesting. But we do get some explanation with the flashback here. And what I liked about the flashbacks was that it wasn't too much. It was, I think, just the right length.
Yo, what surprised me was the last 3 episodes, they're all like 40 minutes long. I honestly thought the last one was going to be like an hour or something, but they didn't do that. Oh, Void of Parrot, that happens sometimes when they don't want us to watch them because they gossip about us. That's not true, Zetzi. Hey, Joe, you got a nice flat hair, but Jin, you look very good with your hairstyle. Or thank you, ready to go out to a nightclub tonight. Yo, Walker
Thank you.
Yo, Walker, like, shoot more grease guns to me too. What's up with this Won-Jin focus? Leslie Joe, don't even mention sexual undertone involving a minor. I'm just saying that was extremely disturbing with that movie. No, Leslie, I'm not judging it. I'm just saying it was there. But in this case, there were absolutely no sexual undertone. It was if anything comes close, this is like adopted father. But not even that though, because you know what they're bonded through. They're kind of like Vader and Palpatine. They're bonded through hate. They're not like really seriously. They're like their bond comes from.
You hate the Empire? I fucking hate it too.
Yeah, it's like a hatemanship, like hate companionship. Like and it was fascinating, and of course another highlight is Dedra in that episode where. It reminded me of Icarus, who fly too close to the sun. Yeah. And
lost his wings.
And, Won-Jin, we talked about this because it's doubly ironic because we know Rogue One. Remember how we said, shit runs downhill in the Empire? Krennic uses Qyburn and Dedra, but we also know that Krennic is going to be used by Tarkin and Vader. And be thrown away like garbage. And, it's just this... I don't know, though. It's just...
It makes a lot of sense because we know the future.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of symbolizes the order of the Empire.
Yeah.
That's the way it runs, and it reminds me a lot of the Nazis because they truly believed in, you know, like the survival of the fittest thing. It's like if I'm more fit, if I'm stronger than you, then I have the right to dominate you, kind of thing. That mentality is just embedded in the way these the officers and the top management.
No, but what's interesting? That's an interesting point. I didn't think of it that way, actually. So you bring it up. That's very refreshing. But I thought it more as that 1% difference between the rebels and the Empire, because the rebels do the same thing. Remember, they're willing to cut off underlings or if they have value. Because remember, in Rogue One, the first thing Cassian does is kill the informant.
And also remember, Luthen killed Young.
So what I'm trying to say is the difference is in the rebel group is what purpose are they serving to do that? And I thought the episode 10 served that really well, especially since the fallout. Because episode 11 and 12 they keep saying Luthen sacrificed so much. So many comments. Sorry. Void. Ironically, I found the last part of episode 10 very frustrating. Why couldn't Klea tell Cassian on their way out or when they get on the ship? There was no reason to stay in that safe house that long. That's true, Void.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying me too. I'm like, guys, you don't have time. Get the fuck out of there.
It was kind of a forced to make the episode 11 happen.
But as soon as that
droid,
the droid KX, as soon as he realized that the communication was off, I knew that he was gonna do some shit.
Oh yeah. He's ready to go out to a club and dance at the table. Oh, Walker, the only way you can make your hair look good is you put hair gel in your hair jar. Yeah, Walker. He in Korea, boys, what is the most expensive streaming service? Disney Plus, Prime Video, Netflix, or Stan? I think it's Disney Plus. How often do you guys go clubbing or used to go?
Never.
Like 10 years ago, Walker. Zezzy, he is naturally handsome. You can tell by the way he's frowning. He has just that handsome frown that you see in old movies with smart men like McGruber and Reach. Oh, thank you, Zezzy. She's talking about me. Obviously. But anyway, where were we?
We're talking about the droid and the safe house.
So we're jumping to episode 11?
But, oh man, I kind of wish we had more time with the droid. Because remember, ever since the first Star Wars movie, droids have always been a big part of the Star Wars franchise. And they're always very charming. And just when we were about to get, when we were introduced to the droid KX, we didn't get to see him more.
I don't know though, but like
we now have to go straight to Rogue One.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was enough because I think one of the things that Andor as a series does well is just enough. What I mean is too much is never a good thing. I think that's why they decided to not put in Vader or do fan service like that. Remember, even for Mandalorian, they put the Luke fan service in season 2 after they were confident with the show.
Yeah,
they didn't try to bring in the original part too much because, of course, the disastrous recent trilogy kind of messed it up. But here, I think the creators intentionally wanted this to be about Andor, not about the Force or higher. But the Force does appear though.
Yeah,
remember
we have
the
Force
lady?
healer. Yeah.
Oh, you just reminded me of the hair gel scene, and there's something about Mary. Zezzy, ha ha ha. She's laughing in agreement. Joe, when you come to Australia, I dare you to take Jin to the clubs over here in Australia. We got whites of good night clubs, so you guys to check out. Okay, sounds good, Walker.
Star Wars sucks. Jurassic Park rules.
No, but Andor is sort of an exception, Walker. Have you seen Andor? Andor is pretty good. No, but I think. Wait, let me change topic. Won-Jin, I still think season 1 was superior than season 2.
Yeah, me too. It had like a completely different feeling at the end. It, like the way the entire season kind of climaxed towards the end. This didn't have that, in my opinion.
I think the problem was like it had to tie itself.
Yeah. Also, that time jump and this like mini arcs.
Oh man, I hated time jump in episode 10. I think it was really unnecessary. But I think the problem is they have to meet the Rogue One timeline, right? So they have to fit that ending.
Yeah.
But And Cassian having a kid was like it wasn't that moving to me.
I guess it's kind of making some room for future franchise and spin-offs. Yeah.
Smart
we're going to have another Andor in the future, like the son of Cassian.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? That's why I was surprised how like high the survival rate was. I thought Van would die. I thought like, you know, I wouldn't have minded if Kira died too. Like, but they survived, so I'm thinking maybe they're prepping them for future shows.
Future show, that's right.
Yeah. Because I thought the mortality rate would honestly be more high. Oh, but my favorite scene is when the droid lifts up the officer and uses it as a human pinata. Like that looked really
that ISB supervisor.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Actually.
And I love how the tactical team just chooses to shoot him.
Oh my god, we're laughing at a poor man dying like that. Okay, Scott, can you see Joe? The only slub he's gonna go is ASS. Anonymous Sleeper Seniors. Oh, thank you. A geek and a senior and a grandpa. Void. Oh my god, the council meeting was also frustrating. You cannot convince me that rebel leaders would that dismissive of important intel, and especially one provided by the pivotal figure like Luthen. Skeptical, yes. Outright dismissive. No fucking way. Yeah, Void, I kind of agree with you there. I thought the writing in 11-12 was relatively weak compared to the rest of the show. Because I felt like they were trying to walk to that montage ending. Yeah. I honestly felt like episode 11 and 12 could be one episode, and in episode 11 they should have shown, I don't know, more Dedra or more, you know, because Dedra ending was sort of disappointing to me.
To me, it was not enough. Because the first season and the second season had spent so much time around Dedra that I think she deserved a more detailed ending. Because I thought everything was too abrupt.
I felt the same way.
Because when everything fell like around her, everything happened within like 20 minutes. It's like, okay, so you spent all that time investing in developing this character. And then after that that fiasco of an arrest of Luthen, she just ends up in jail in like one episode. So I thought that was undeserving.
It could be an intentional denouement like that to show that, you know, remember Won-Jin how I said Luthen's death is going to be pathetic? I was, I think, half right there. Because, you know, because we rarely get a movie ending for these characters. Because I think this is going for sort of realism, right? But that's how, like...
Just remember in Rogue One, Saw has an awesome end. Cassian, he has an awesome death. So I was hoping that Luthen would go out strong. I was hoping that since he is like a master of this like rebellion, I was hoping he would have some explosive shit installed all around that antique shop or something. Then he could just blow away like Dedra and everybody in there. That would be like an awesome ending. Just like in Leon the Professional. Remember he dies with the grenade?
No, but here they were going for more Shogun. Remember Shogun's ending was also very like dry.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, Won-Jin. I think a lot of people after watching season 2, which I was tempted to do too, would have watched Rogue One. And that's where the flashy thing is.
Yeah.
So this is very conscious of Rogue One. Unlike season 1, because we have distance away.
Yeah.
So they could just tell a fully independent story. Here they were trying to tie it to Rogue One. So Won-Jin, what you say is wrong if you consider that after this, if you watch Rogue One directly, it's a continuum of season 2.
I'll forget about everything. I'll be like, oh shit, this is fucking awesome.
That's right, because it's gonna lead to the Vader scene.
But man, I still think Dedra's ending is kind of poorly done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Because she was such a major figure throughout the whole series.
Yeah, I would have preferred like two more scenes with Cyril's mother and Dedra instead of the Yavin planet.
I did like the interrogation scene by Krennic. You know, when he was interrogating Dedra. I liked that scene.
That scene was good.
Yeah,
Putting
there should have been
head.
more.
Oh, who's the most heaviest smoker in your family, boys? I am, Walker. I feel like she has the saddest story. She does. Dedra was a pure rule-enforcing, pencil-pushing bureaucrat till the end. Boy, that's a good point. I mean, she's like a toenail of the Empire. Remember Krennic's line? We'll make sure we'll try to do without you. That's such a bureaucrat thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need you.
You're just a part of this whole machine.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're always replaceable.
She got stabbed by the faction that she spent all her life believing and working with. No, but Zetzi, remember, never outshined the boss. And she almost acted like a rebel.
And Krennic had a very good point there. So you decided to storm his store all by yourself and face him all on your own.
No, but her biggest punishment is collecting the Death Star information and storing.
And also leading to a leak of that confidential information.
Because she's an intelligence officer, but she put all the eggs in one basket that allowed the spy to take it. That's why Krennic says, "Oh, someone so competent, passionately competent, be like this." But here's another thing. This is why the show is interesting, though. In another world, if she was born in the tribe that Andor was born in, she would have made a great rebel.
That's right.
But
she would be like Luthen Jr. or something.
Yeah, but she was an orphan and she didn't have a choice, and she joined the institution that was available to her to increase her status, and it was the only one available, and that's the sad part about her life, because if you really think about it, the difference between her and Andor is razor thin.
Exactly, that's true.
Yeah, because she acts like a rebel.
And also Klea, too.
No, because remember,
she was basically an orphan.
Anytime Andor gets in the ship, all the commanders are going to lose their shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, where's the flight plan?
Enough with this rogue shit.
Yeah, but he's the one that makes the difference. And in defense of Dedra, if it wasn't for Dedra in season 1's catching what the rebels were doing, they wouldn't even have found Axis. But yet, she gets deposed just like that.
And so did Leo. He put a lot of trust in her, and he had to go. He knew what was waiting.
Yeah, Pizza Hut is becoming very popular again. Really? In Korea, Pizza Hut is gone, Walker. Void. It shows how self-destructive the Empire is to throw away an incredible and dedicated and competent officer like Dedra. Yeah, Void. I mean, it's a commentary more on the evil of bureaucracy, right? The question mark is I think Won-Jin, we said it last time, it's the banality of evil, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Nazi officers, when they went to trial, all they said was they were following orders.
Exactly.
They were just following orders.
We just got together in a meeting room and we discussed what would be the most effective way of killing these people. So we thought, okay, let's use Zyklon B, and they gassed them all. Yeah. Because they were following orders, and they were being really competent at following the order.
Exactly.
Doesn't really excuse them though. But yeah, it was really ironic to see her in that jail that Andor was in. I kind of hope that they would also show a montage of her making those parts for the Death Star.
Yeah. I mean, you know what Dedra's tragedy is? That's why I hated the time jump. They should have shown a scene where she instinctively know that Cyril dying, what the Empire doing is evil, but because of how she's brainwashed, she cannot accept to herself that it's bad. She have to justify her action. She have to say that this was necessary. You know, isn't that what every fucking army people say? I mean, so I thought there was one scene missing like that where she deals with her emotional against reality versus her ideology. But where her ideology wins, which is a tragedy, because she cannot fathom a world without Empire.
Because we also had that really good dialogue.
Which one?
What she said against Luthen. So you stand against everything we stand for.
Yeah, that was
order.
And the sad part is she really believes it, and that's her tragedy, because remember, Dedra's line like that reminded me of the first episode of season 2. Remember that one of the pilots when she asked Andor, "Am I doing the right thing?" and Andor gives the sheep. In a way, she is a fish out of water. She understands that I was in this fucking rotten water all this time. But it's scary. And it's scary for everybody. And that's why she asked Andor that. But Dedra, she's so much deep in the water, like she cannot fathom a world without the Empire. And that's her tragedy. And Cyril, you know what? The moment Cyril realized it was bullshit, he paid with his life. No one is getting out of the Empire. They're all going to die with the Death Star. Remember, like, Moff Tarkin dies from the Death Star. Vader says, I'm sorry, son. And then, I mean, I guess he does have a mini redemption. But here...
By throwing Palpatine down that shaft.
Yeah, and then he comes back to life, of course. But when you guys were kids, when you went to pizza place, but... I didn't understand that, Walker. Officers make mistakes. Imprisoning them for it really doesn't make sense and ultimately has chilling effect on the ability to make this demotion was more appropriate. Well, Void, because I think she's convicted for treason.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be like top secret of top secret of top secret. Nobody was supposed to know about it except for like the absolute top echelon of the Empire. And not only was it leaked within the organization in ISB, but it was leaked out to the rebels, and it was unclear who it was delivered to because the suspects are all dead or they've escaped, so there's no excuse.
No, but here's another angle, Void. Dedra deserved her fate in a way because she caused Qyburn to die. Because remember, Qyburn, in season 1 she said, be careful. Qyburn warned her, be careful. No, but like her actions, because of her irresponsibility in storing those data, means his name is Pazgas. Partygas was gonna pay for it too, because he's her sponsor, and he decided to kill himself like a lot of the World War II Japanese generals and Nazi generals. So in a way, her passionate
pursuit of the Axis,
disobeying the hierarchy, caused him to die.
Yeah,
because he's paying for it because he was supervising her. So. That's why Krennic's line is very poignant.
I can't protect you this time, Leo.
Yeah. But you know what's so funny? Krennic giving that Dedra that speech about hierarchy, I'm like, what about you? Remember, fuck you, Tarkin! Moff Gideon, I'm going to go to Vader directly and grovel! And Vader's like, you already said you're to grovel, bitch! And like, because remember, he jumped the chain too. So... in a way, this is the irony of the Empire. It promotes ambition, yet it stomps them down. Because Krennic is guilty of the very thing Dedra did in Rogue One. Remember, my achievements! Emperor, you will tell the Emperor about this! And then Moff talking, shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm going to take control of this spaceship that I proposed years ago, and it's mine! And Krennic decides to go to Vader and bitch about it. So, I mean, like, you're guilty of that too.
Sorry, I mean when you guys were kids, you went to pizza places. Did those people that dress up scare you, like in costumes and stuff like that, in spring lock costumes? No, I don't remember anything like that here. And if they do that here, if some like the staff dress up to scare kids, man, a lot of parents are gonna be angry. Yeah, they're gonna look for the manager like right away.
I mean, but the first time I seen a costume was in Lotte World.
Like it's our amusement park.
Yeah. No, that was nice, but none of them were really scary. Yeah.
Pass gas.
Yeah. No, but his scene was really smart. The outside officer saying they expected it. Because he's not going to go through the circus. He knows what's waiting for him downstairs. All the integration, all the fake propaganda, you know, forcing him to do the Cultural Revolution thing.
Man, and it kind of gives you chills on how quickly your fate turns within the Empire.
Just one mistake.
Yeah, just one mistake, and all your glory, all your struggles, they don't mean anything.
No, but it's also true for the rebels.
But at least you know you have been a contributor for something good. I think that's the difference. Empire, I mean, it symbolizes oppression.
No, but Dedra thought she was fighting for order. So she probably thought it was good in her mind. Well, yeah, but the Empire can't afford such high attrition rates of highly competent officers. You'll simply replace one-off mistakes with consistent ones. True.
And you know, since they already have like AI droids, why don't they just have like officers with a bunch of droids who will actually make careful decisions? You know how KX he was like analyzing in that game of that space poker thing? I mean, I was thinking to myself, man, these guys are so rational. These guys are perfect to be officers and like commanders within the Empire. Why do we only see General Grievous? Where are the other droids? Yeah, why do we have these imperfect humans keep making stupid mistakes within the Empire?
No, but in Rogue One, Andor's stupid mistakes are always opposed by KS2, but Andor is right. He takes those risks of that 0.5 risk. If you leave everything to percentage, nothing is going to change. Does mechanical costume are also spring costume? Are they safe to wear? No.
You know, if any costume is mechanical, I would not trust my safety to those.
Yeah.
Besides, every mistake at the top is high impact and you can't expect perfection. That would be untenable. Not in the eyes of Vader.
Not in the eyes of Palpatine.
Make sure nothing is off the system.
No, you got to remember Palpatine and Vader don't see you as humans. You're nothing. Remember, Sith only has this. The rest is just tools. Like you're not a human being. You're just nobody. Jin, how come you didn't go clubbing? You growing up in the teenage.
What was the story with that? How come you never ever went clubbing because your mom wouldn't let you? Well, that too, but my mom didn't really have much say in what I did. But the thing is, I didn't really find it fun. You know, it's kind of disgusting when you go there. The floor's all sticky. Like, the place is packed with cigarette smoke.
Yo, you know who loves clubbing? Mon Mothma.
Oh.
Yeah, look at her dance. She was so ready to control the dance floor. But anyway, let's do that and let's talk, Walker.
Yeah.
We're going to go in that, I think, in 15 minutes. So, anything additional to say about favorite character, favorite scenes, Won-Jin?
I don't know, but overall, I think I really liked Andor, both season 1 and 2, in the sense that it gave us a glimpse of the everyday bureaucracy of the Empire, which is very refreshing. So I kind of wish they would continue something like this in the future. I don't know, maybe they're gonna make a spin-off with like Andor's kid or something, but I do wish we get to see like more of what goes on within the Star Wars franchise in the eyes of the Empire, because that's always very interesting.
They're geeks. They look like puzzles, and I bet they love Legos too. I mean, look at their eyes, asses. Can you imagine them in a club? Thank you, Zezzy, for those wonderful comments.
They wouldn't even fit in.
Yeah, my favorite scene was Luthen dying, the oxygen mask being removed. Basically, he did a seppuku.
Oh yeah, that's true, because that thing was connected to the belly, and I think he stabbed himself in the heart or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think like all major organs were damaged, and it was sad.
I was hoping there would be like an explosion.
Anyway.
Oh, and one more thing. I kind of wish they would explain a little more in detail of the relationship between Luthen, Klea, and the rebellion, because we can clearly see that she's not really welcome there, and we do get some explanation as to why, and we have to like look back at how
no, but the rebellions are different cells. They're not connected. Remember, Whitaker's character is also a different cell. So there's factionalism, I'm assuming. And Andor deciding to go to the Yavin one was... It's like the Korean Imshi Jongbu in Shanghai. It's like the Korean...
The temporary government.
Yeah, I mean, rebellions are... I think rebels are by their nature not connected. So I think it's a commentary on that. And I think that's why they had that council fight scene to show the politics of them, which is very realistic. I mean, they show a unified... To the enemy, you know, they look like a unified front, but they're not. Just like the Empire are bickering among each other, the rebels are bickering among each other too. So it's that mirror thing. Void. The problem with perfectly rational bots is that they expect their opponents to be as rational and have contingencies with that in mind. Assumption that would obviously fails again. Yes, Void. That's really beautifully put. They haven't met a dumb human yet. No, but banana. Give it to me all. Isn't it better for you to share?
Why did that soldier make that decision? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Impossible to comprehend.
Yes. So let's give a number grade, man.
I would give this last 3 episodes an overall rating of 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Do you remember what you gave Andor season 1?
Oh, throughout, like, for the whole season, I think I would give it a little higher, 8.5 for the whole season. And I think for season 1, I think I almost gave a 10 or 9 or something. Because it was very good. But this, I think it should be around 8.5.
You know, you and I are in agreement. I'm going to give the entire season an 8.5. Because it was good. It was good, but I can't but help compare it with season 1. As a whole, like, independent one. I hated the time jumps. I don't think it was necessary. I thought they could just make it go in. What the time just did was made me reset my emotion sort of way. I just wanted to go in straight, just like season 1, but they didn't do that. So, your favorite character?
Oh, besides, you know, like the main characters, like Cassie and Andor, I think my favorite was in this season, I think was Krennic.
Oh, yeah?
Ben Mendelsohn, yeah.
He was great, right? He I think he was barely in it. I thought he'd be in it more.
And, you know, I briefly watched the beginning of Rogue One again, and it's kind of funny because I think Ben Mendelsohn has so much more presence in Andor.
Oh, yeah?
Because in his earlier work, his dialogues are not as powerful. But here, we can see that, yeah, this guy's the boss.
No, because here, he's one of the higher ups. But in Rogue One, he's one of the bitches. it's Vader and the regional governors now. All your time jumps were horrible. I would give it an 8. My favorite character was the robot. An 8 for Void. My favorite character was Kira.
You mean Klea?
Oh, Klea.
Oh yeah. Klea's gotta also be one of my favorites.
Shut up! Not one. You're one favorite, man. You can't keep changing like that. If you do that, listen, then I gotta add the droid too. Klea.
Oh yeah, and also the KX droid.
Shut up! What about Luthen then?
No, he was not as awesome as I saw him in the first season.
Oh,
because
yeah?
remember, there were some badass scenes with Luthen in the first season. You know, like his ship having those like giant lightsaber thing coming out and.
Yo, this man judges a player by the home runs, not the ball rate. Yeah, no, but F you cannot do that. Choose one. So what was your original?
Ah, man, Ben Mendelsohn. What's his name? Oscar Krennic.
Yeah. The Klea actor, I think her name is Elizabeth. I think this is her first TV show.
Elizabeth Dulau or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna because she was mesmerizing in the antique scene and this scene. Like she totally stole the show.
I love how good she is with the facial expression because we can see how fucking badass determined she is when she's doing that, you know, the artifact thing.
Yeah.
When she's alone, you can see that she's always determined. But remember when she's injured and she's in Yavin, she looks so vulnerable, like the way she expressed her feelings through the face. Yeah, so
she's very mature for her age. Let's put it that way.
Oh, photon chargers. Okay.
Yeah.
And also when he was trying to get away from the tractor beam in the first season, that was also badass.
Man,
I'm talking about Luthen.
Oh, yeah, Luthen's cool, but too bad you chose. But anyway, so JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives entire season 2 at 8.5. It was awesome. We highly recommend it, even if you are not a Star Wars fan. I think you'll enjoy just the espionage, adult theme element of it all. Oh, my bonus favorite was Cyril. I wish.
That's true.
He was weirdly charming.
He always reminded me of Ramsay Bolton. I thought he was like the innocent younger brother of Ramsay Bolton. You know, like the way his face looks like.
Oh, okay. Least favorite character? I didn't have a least favorite character.
My least favorite is that bitch in the council who kept like, what was it? Like rejecting Cassian Andor's plan from the council.
Won-Jin, you can't keep Won-Jin, you can't keep judging them by their moral behavior. Aren't we just talking about their acting performance?
No, but least favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, character, right.
Yeah.
She didn't say actor. You're right.
Yeah, least favorite character. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Were you there?
That's so very... I didn't have a least favorite character. I liked them all. My least favorite... I can't choose one. They were all incredible for their roles.
Oh, and that Rapiste. That would also be the least favorite. The Rapiste guy.
Shut up! That's an easy one.
Who tried to S.A. Bix.
What about the stormtroopers? They were so incompetent. Why don't you hate them?
Oh, because they're so insignificant. It's like, why even bother with the armor if the blaster is just gonna kill you with a shot?
What a nice character philosophy you have, Won-Jin. But anyway, JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. Oh, I didn't really like Dedra. She was so well made that gave me this repulsive feeling. Yeah, she was also my least favorite character. Who are you talking about, Void?
Dedra?
Oh, no, she's talking about Void is talking about the council member.
Sad to see the series end. Hope they can make spin-offs of similar quality. Yeah, I hope so too. Why are they keep fudging up the other spin-offs? They're so horrible. The Acolyte? Guys, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
If you can do this with Andor, why have that steaming pile of elephant poop?
Oh my god, we're going to talk about that? Do we really want to talk about that?
Nah. Let's forget about it.
Okay. Well, let's do it and let's talk. Anyway, guys, JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives Andor Season 2 an 8.5. We're going to take a short break and come back to talk about Last of Us Season 2, Episode 5. This has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin. We'll be right back.
You're like
Man, I was hoping that Rogue One ending moment with the Vader showing up. Shoom. And you have to say holy shit for like 40 times.
I was hoping Palpatine would make an appearance. Because Palpatine, I forgot to mention this, but Palpatine was all over the show. Everyone mentions the Emperor.
Yeah, even in the Senate.
But
is Emperor Palpatine.
But it is such a Sith thing to do, though. He doesn't like to be revealed. Kind of like a mafia boss.
Unlimited power. Taking a fart break. Usually fart in between lives.
Cut. Oh,
Joe. What was that?
Won-Jin, why are you pulling your pants down?
Come on, man.
Won-Jin.
We got standards here.
Won-Jin, why are you pulling your pants down, man? Stop it. Won-Jin.
Yo,
Won-Jin is
that is not cool. You're basically baking in here.
Stop undressing, Won-Jin. What the hell is wrong with you? It's cold in here.
My clothes are now being forever contaminated. I'm now gonna have to burn them all. Burn the couch immediately.